How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of Homebrew Wednesday in the form of a little bit of 5% Schwarzbier, son. Yeah, 5.1% Schwarzbier. This comes courtesy of my boy Mike. And he's like, hey man, I want to send you out some homebrew. It was a while ago, and then he's reached back out and he's like, batches are done, everything's ready to go. And he sent me off 2 bottles. He sent me off an English bottle, which is like 3.8, I believe. I can't wait to dive into that, but I really kind of want a Schwarzbier, so we're diving into this one first. Thank you very much, brother, for sending this off. Now I just need to find a bottle opener. Where could I possibly put the bottle opener? Oh, there it is. I see. So yeah, I mean, for those that don't watch me do the homebrew stuff, it's pretty simple here. I do them kind of the same way I do my other reviews, but I don't like talk about, is it one of the better homebrews I've had? I don't kind of prop it up and put it on a king shit of fuck Mount Rushmore status thing. I just kind of talk about what I think about the beer, what I'm tasting, what I like, what I don't like, which is kind of what I do with all beer reviews, but it's just a little bit less specific from a ranking standpoint. Not that I rank stuff, but when I talk about, is it one of the better, is it, up there on Mount Rushmore, that's a bit more of a ranking. So, I mean, that looks to pour all the part of a nice Schwarzbier. It's got that nice, creamy, kind of malted malt ball color head, tight, compact bubbles. Just got this nice darkness to it. Very dark, actually. It doesn't have a kind of, I can't glean a little bit of light from the bottom of this glass, even though this is a little bit thicker of a glass than I typically use. Label-wise, Post-it notes. Post-it notes. That's a good way to label something. So we'll see how this sucker proves in the nose. There's a little bit of that metallic astringency I can get from a beer from time to time. We'll see if it actually shows up on the taste. But I'm getting a nice soft roasty note. It's not huge. It's not over the top roasty. It's definitely in Schwarzbier territory, but in the lower end of chocolate and roastiness. There's almost even a slight oaty kind of characteristic to it, like honestly, like a soft lactose vibe, but that lactose vibe you get from a soft oat addition, as opposed to actually adding lactose to beer. But it has that nice kind of like little bit of chocolatey, little bit of coffee, kind of roastiness, but there is that little tinny metallic thing that I get on lower ABV beers from time to time. Very susceptible to that, so that's more often than not, it's more me than the actual beer itself, but it exists in the beer, so I'm hypersensitive to it. So we're just going to dive right in. Cheers. Okay. That's pretty damn nice. I mean, the metallic thing does exist, but it's way less than I thought it was going to be based off of what I was getting off in the nose. So, for all intents and purposes, no one is going to get it besides me, except maybe a couple other people. The mouthfeel on this is super soft, super creamy. It comes off like, I mean, it finishes clean like you'd expect a lager to finish, but it has this nice softness to it, this creaminess. I wonder if there is kind of an oat addition or something to add a bit of softness to beer. Let me know it's what, Mark. Mark, Jesus Christ. Fucking all the names up today, because that's what I do. Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's getting a little bit towards Czech dark lager territory for me, in that it's a Schwarzbier. It's roasty. It has this bit of heft to the malt bill. It does have a bittering component, but I do like my Schwarzbiers to be just a little bit more showy. That being said, it's not a Czech dark lager. It has that roastedness. It has that big kind of toasty chocolate component to it, but in a perfect world. Just a slight notch and that little bit of toastiness, but I think this is pretty damn tasty, Mike. This is very good stuff. Clean, except for that little bit of metallic thing going on in there, but again, like I said, that is probably more me than anything else. I think that's water treatment. To be perfectly honest with you, I think that's a combination of a malt and a water treatment kind of thing. That's just me speculating. You're way more of a brewer than I am, so you would know more than I would when it comes to where that comes from. But like I said, I'm hypersensitive to it. So for me to get it on a very, very small scale on such a low ABV beer, I wouldn't even bother worrying about it because most people aren't even going to perceive it. And like I said, the roast and toast component, that bittering is there. Just in perfect world, I'd like a little notch more to it, but that mouthfeel is probably my favorite part of the whole beer. Sure, when people talk about Schwarzbier, they talk about lager, they do all that thing, they talk about crispiness and all that kind of stuff. But man, I love that softness when it comes to Schwarzbier. Just adds this added dimension to the beer because it does finish crisp and clean relatively in the end, but it just has that sultry mouthfeel throughout the whole beer. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And very fun. And very cool. Thank you very much for sending this off. Listen, I dig this quite a bit. I'm a Schwarzbier fan. It's probably one of my favorite styles. So to get it in the homebrew is pretty fantastic. Now, up next we have 3.6%. Or was it 8? Anyway, low ABV, English mild. That's going to be a real fun one to dive into. I can't wait to. So tune in for that one. This will probably go up this Wednesday, which would be the Wednesday after Christmas. And then we might do a double that day because I have some other homebrew I got to do an unboxing of actually after this video. And so I might do 2. But you might get 2 of Mike's beers in the same day. We'll see what's what. We'll see how saucy I'm feeling because it's Sunday. So I got to. No, jeez, it's only Saturday. Yeah, you're gonna get both of those in one day. Let's put it that way. Anyway, there you go. A little homebrew review in the books. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you like homebrew and you make homebrew and you want to send some off, feel free. I am going to be honest. I'm not going to say nice things to say nice things, so that way it actually makes it means something as opposed to just being nice. If this is hot garbage, I would say it's hot garbage. I've done it before. I do not want to do those things, but I think that's kind of what a homebrewer wants when they get stuff reviewed, so I do my best to provide that. So if you want to reach out for some homebrew, you're more than welcome. massivebeers@gmail.com or matt@massivebeers.com. Yeah, there you go. A little homebrew review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of homebrew right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.